All right, we have a fun review for you guys out there. We have the beautiful Miss Cynthia here to help us out today. Cynthia, what do we have?
We have the exciting 2021 Chrysler Pacifica Hybrid.
And it's a minivan, exciting, and minivan, I don't know if those go together. And we're parked in front of a charging station because why? It's a plug-in. For 2021, there aren't a lot of exterior changes on the new Pacifica. However, there is a new top trim and it's called the Pinnacle. So this stands above the limited trim. So what do you think of this Pinnacle edition, Cynthia?
I actually do like the sleek look for a minivan, and I do like the black glossy grille up front. It gives definitely a little bit sportier look for a minivan.
Yeah, you know, sportier look, black does work. I have a neighbor that actually has one of these, and it's black with black wheels and blacked out windows, and I gotta say, it looks pretty cool. You get standard 18-inch wheels on this, and I like the two-tone mirror where they have that silver on the mirror caps there.
And there's one thing I love is, let me show you here actually, the hands-free powered sliding doors.
Now there's one thing I have to show you. Can you throw me the key?
Catch it.
The back also has a hands-free option, so a little kick, up it comes. However, it only works for going up or opening the sliding door. It does not work for closing them, which is kind of odd because sometimes you might actually have your hands full of grabbing something and you want to actually use your foot to actually close the door. Maybe you have a baby and you're grabbing the whole car seat and your hands are full. It would be nice to be able to go like this and have it closed. Now, the Toyota Sienna minivan, the latest one, has that feature where you have the hands-free open and close. But to give Chrysler the credit, they have been the leaders in innovation for minivans since the start, and they did come out with the hands-free sliding power door first. They just didn't come up with the closing part. So I guarantee on the next iteration of this minivan, it's gonna close when you kick it. Let's check out the back. Oh, you're tall. You're taller than me. How come?
I'm younger too.
And better looking, I would have to agree. I've said this millions and millions of times. Minivans are one of the most practical vehicles you could possibly buy, not just for moving people, but for utility as well. So with the third row seats up, there is a massive amount of room here. Here's some images showing what you can actually fit behind the third row. Now, if you stow away this third row into the floor, you have a massive cargo area, and you can still carry passengers in the second row here, and it's very easy to do. Miss Cynthia, can you help us fold those down?
Let me show you. It's as easy as 1 and 2. Make sure you hold this up. And that's it, 1 and a 2.
Well, that was easy, especially when I didn't have to even lift a finger. Well, you know what? They actually have equipped the third row passengers with a lot of features as well. In behind the third row, first of all, you have a 12-volt outlet, good for your inflators or your plug-in coolers. And then you also have drink holders, of course, and 2 USBs, a Type A and a Type C.
And they even have the third row window shades as well.
Yep, third row. Let's check out level 2, or row 2, I mean.
Oh, nice to be at the second row. One game-changing innovation they came out with is the second row stow and go, but it is not available for this hybrid. Why?
Well, because this is a plug-in hybrid, it has a large battery underneath the vehicle. Basically where the tubs would be, where these seats would fold into, that's where it would normally go. So you cannot get the second row stow and go on the hybrid. However, one thing that a lot of people have been complaining about for the new Toyota Sienna is that those seats don't come out. So many people have said, hey, that's a game changer. You know, if those seats cannot come out, you know, I'm not buying it. Well, guess what? You can stay there. I'll just show you. these seats, first of all, the advantage of having seats that don't fold in is that they're not limited on how thick or big the seat can be, because you know, when you fold them in, they have to be very compact. So sometimes, you know, anything that folds, you might not get as good a seat foam or, you know, as much of a comfortable seat. But this one, there is one little strap in the front here. So you're gonna take your headrest off and you're gonna pull that strap, and this will unlatch. Now, if I took this off, you are going to need probably 2 people to lift this up though. So remember, use your feet, not your back, or use your legs. So that is a huge bonus that it does come out. Another nice thing, a full flat floor on here, completely flat. So you can put a lot of objects in here. What else do you notice back here, Cynthia?
It's very comfortable back here, and then I really like the space, and then love the light color interior.
Yes.
Setting, and
this is by the way, this Pinnacle, it comes with this caramel napa leather, and that's exclusive to the Pinnacle trim here.
it's good looking, and I do like the large panel roof as well.
Huge panel roof. There is no disadvantage to be backseat passengers in this minivan at all.
Okay, look at what I got.
Yes, check it out. Okay, so we both have, this is called the UConnect Theatre. So we have screens here. You have your own headphones. You got your own remote. And you can sit back here, or the kids can sit back here. You can watch movies. You can stream with this. And the nice thing is that there are activities built into it already. So in case you don't have a device hooked to it, or you're not streaming, you can still keep people busy back here with little games and things like that.
Even better, look at this. I got even more room to relax.
All right,
here.
so there's a button just by your kick area, and it folds. Basically, it pushes the front seats as far ahead as they could possibly go. So the only thing missing is ottoman. Now the Sienna does a date night. Here we go. Now you can watch your girly movies, and I can watch my action shows here. So hey, everyone's happy here. Along with the caramel Napa leather seats, this Pinnacle also has not only heated seats and a heated steering wheel, but it also has ventilated seats as well. Now that the steering wheel has this metal trim around it, I think it looks good. It feels good right now. I'm not sure how that'll feel in the wintertime though, but it is heated, so maybe that heat will extend over into that steering wheel portion. All Pacifica hybrids get a new 10.1-inch display with the new UConnect 5 system.
Yeah, there's one thing I'm not very up to date with technology in the cars, and this one I do like, because then you can preset all your favorite and then just drag them into the dock.
Yeah, so you know, if you have, let's say you want your backup camera easily accessible, you know, anything that there's no button for, you can just drag it into the dock and then it's right there. And one other thing I do like, that they do have a lot of redundant controls. So for your climate control, your volume control, there are real buttons there, even though you can do things about the climate control in the system. Now, this new system has a backup camera, but this also has a around 360 camera, which is really, really nice. But the biggest new feature is the fam cam. So check this out. You stay right there. Okay, so I have it set as one of my favorites. You hit the fam cam, and now there is just right above you, so right there,
the one?
There it is.
Yes.
There is an overhead camera in the cabin, and what's nice about it is it's in between the second and third row seats, so we can see Cynthia right there. Yeah. And now, if you touch whatever seat you touch on, it's going to zoom in on that side. Look at that. I can go to the back seats. And what's really nice about a system like this, not only is it just to catch your kids fighting and tell them to stop it, but You may have a newborn in a reverse-facing seat, and you're able to actually see them very quickly and see if they're sleeping or if there's any issue. So that's a very, very nice feature to have.
I still remember back then we used to have those reflection mirror back hanging in the back of the seat. This is way better.
Hey, it was low tech, but it did work. This is definitely way, way better. Now, this is the ultimate family vehicle, but it is missing one thing, or in our case, two. And that's family. Let's go get them. You hear that, Cynthia?
What?
Exactly.
What?
Nothing. We are driving an electric car right now. There is a faint whir, though. You can hear it a little bit. But the best part of this Pacifica Hybrid, we are on day number 5 driving this vehicle, and the gas gauge is still past full. That's how cool it is. So this is powered by a 3.6 liter Pentastar V6 motor. As well, it has the electric motors, combined horsepower 260 horsepower, and it's getting the electric power from a 16 kilowatt hour battery. So the nice thing though is that the size of this battery qualifies it for a lot of rebates. As well, you can drive this with a single occupant in the HOV lane. So that's here in the west coast of Canada, you can, depending on where you live, just check your local regulations. But here it does qualify, which I know for a lot of people that's a reason alone just to buy a PHEV. If you do a commute and you have a lot of traffic and you want to get in that lane and avoid that rush hour traffic, that's how you do it. Range wise, when fully charged, you're going to get about 32 miles or just over 50 kilometers. And of course, that's going to vary depending on conditions, whether it's cold outside, that's going to make a difference in how you drive. I've had it where I was just driving it very, very slowly, I guess. I didn't have a lot of things operating, and it was showing over 60 kilometers. So like I said, it all depends. And to charge that, you have a level 2 charger, and it'll charge it from empty in about 2 hours, which is not bad. It does come with a 110 charger. If you don't have a charger, you want to just throw that on your home outlet. That's probably going to take, basically, you're just going to leave it overnight. But yeah, 2 hours for a level 2 charger.
Well, I also like the fact that you don't really have to worry about running out of the battery.
Yep. It operates at, when you're fully depleted, it just operates like a good hybrid vehicle. And we know what that's like, driving our Highlander hybrid. But yeah, it is nice right now. Our battery is depleted because we've been running a whole bunch of errands, yet it's still running on electric. Which is great. Now, one thing that we love about our hybrid, even our Toyota, but the PHEV is even better. If you have kids, and even smaller kids, it's a godsend because you can sit, in areas and have the AC on or the heat on while they're sleeping or anything like that, and you don't have to run that combustion engine. With this one though, you may have to run it a little bit, and this is why. This does not use a heat pump like some PHEVs or electric vehicles do, meaning it uses electricity to heat the vehicle for the climate system or cool it. So this relies on the gas engine for the climate control, meaning that even if you're fully charged, if the vehicle needs it, it will turn itself on and run that gas engine. Sometimes it's just for like a minute, just very little. So be aware of that. And because of that though, if you want to do a lot of short trips all day long and that gas engine kicks on, that does affect your fuel mileage. And I just really wish that it did have a heat pump on it. Now, we just recently tested the new Toyota Sienna, which is now a full hybrid, and that one comes at all-wheel drive. Now, the Pacifica now comes in all-wheel drive as well, however, not for the hybrid. So if you get the gasoline Pacifica, you can get all-wheel drive. For this one, it's only front-wheel drive. But I gotta say, when you're driving it, it does feel very, very solid. I think that's because you have all, you know, you have extra weight from the batteries. And you know what? I would say, you know, I actually compared these online. Which one would you pick, by the way? You know, between the Sienna and this one. I'm gonna tell you the price in a second. Okay, what if, okay, I'll tell you the price now. Okay, so this one does cost more, and this top of the line Pinnacle does cost more than the top of the line Sienna. However, since it's a PHEV with a 16 kilowatt hour battery, it qualifies for federal rebates, sometimes provincial rebates. On the West Coast here, you get quite a bit of savings. So when I did a calculation, it is almost the identical price of the regular, the hybrid, not the plug-in hybrid, the hybrid Sienna. And even on a lease, I worked out the payments, it came out, there were $10 difference. So yeah, exact same price. Which one would you pick?
I think it's no-brainer to pick this one with a plug-in hybrid. I don't think it makes a, you know, a big difference either it's all-wheel drive or front-wheel drive. That's what we normally do for a family vehicle. True,
because you know, our winters are very mild here, so it's not a huge issue not having all-wheel drive. And yes, that for our lifestyle, this plug-in hybrid with 50K of range would be perfect, especially nowadays when so many people are kind of working, you know, at home. So you're not doing that much driving, and you're not doing a lot of commuting now. You know, so you could literally go and drive this like my neighbor, you know, for months on the same tank of gas. And then that, you know, and that's a big bonus. Plus the HOV, which is really, really nice. You know, you get to around here, there's a lot of free charging stations too. So yeah, I think it really is a no-brainer to, you know, to go with the PHEV. And of course, this is a minivan. It's always great to test a minivan when you have a family. You know, for the obvious things, I've said this before, I absolutely love the sliding doors on minivans, especially when they're power operated. It just seems so much safer when you're, you know, opening your door into traffic. It's not swinging open. Great for kids. It's easy to get in and out of. Another thing that I like, some people know that I like hooks. I like to hook. I like to, you know, I'm the one that does most of the grocery shopping at home, and a lot of times, you know, you have all those grocery bags. I want to hook it somewhere. And this one has hooks in the back tub, and it also has hooks in the back of the front row seats as well. A lot of them. So
it's a very versatile vehicle for sure.
It's a very versatile vehicle. We showed you it has lots of room for cargo area.
Yeah, even the third row, when I sit there, my knees were not touching that front seat.
Lots of room for the third row, and it's very comfortable. I sat back there, I tried it, and the seats are quite comfortable, and there's a lot of room.
And there's sunroof on the back.
Yeah, we mentioned the roof. This, you know, it has like a tri-pane sunroof, so even the third row passengers get their own viewing window, I guess, out the top. For the end of our family review of the new Pacifica Hybrid, it just seemed fitting that we come to our favorite family restaurant, and it's called White Spot for people that aren't from the west coast of Canada here. It's been around since 1928, and what's so cool is that they were one of the very first in North America to actually have car hops, where they would come out to your car and bring you your food, but not just like takeout for drive-through. Like, you get the trays and everything else, and you get amazing food like this Humboldt squid calamari. Amazing.
Delicious. Don't stop eating my food.
This is not a sponsored review for White Spot, but it's just so neat because we haven't done this for so long. To be able to actually go and kind of like eat in but take out.
It's exciting. It's a special environment for a lunch date. It's almost everybody's happy. There's plenty of room for the girls to wiggle around even.
Yeah, and these trays are cool, and you get regular cutlery and plates even, other than the plastic cups. So, you know, you're not even eating out of styrofoam or paper and things like that. So, What do you think of this Pacifica Hybrid?
Like at the beginning, I said it's exciting, right? You have to test drive this car. Every time there's a minivan, I'm always getting excited about it. It's so much easier with kids hauling kids around, and with a plug-in for the short trips, it makes so much more sense.
Oh, yeah. So I mentioned earlier that my neighbor has that black one. It's super cool. And I talked to her the other day, and I said, how much fuel do you use? And she drives all day long, but back and forth to different schools, dropping kids off. They have a whole bunch of kids.
Yeah, a lot of activities.
And they say, every month, in a month, they use less than a quarter tank of fuel in 1 month. That is pretty amazing. I asked if there were any downfalls, and the only thing that she had said was that she thought that the electric motors were a little bit loud. And so what she meant is, when you're in EV only, it has this kind of like a whirling sound, and I don't know if that's a generated sound for safety or that is the electric motor. It doesn't really bother me so much, but that was her only drawback, and she owns the vehicle, so that's really good to know. So it's kind of hard to actually find some big faults with this hybrid vehicle. I'd say we have a couple. Cynthia, what's one of yours?
I wish they did have that power sliding door closed.
The hands-free,
Mm-hmm.
The hands-free power sliding door. That would be nice. And also, we need a napkin. We have a little bit of a spill. This is a family review here. This is real life.
It happens.
It happens. And I mentioned it would be really nice to have a heat pump in this, so the climate system does not have to rely on the internal combustion engine, which would further save you more money for shorter trips. So you could really drive this thing in EV all the time instead of that gas engine kicking on once in a while.
There's another one. Remember you mentioned about the plug-in part. If they had.
Yes, good one.
Mm-hmm.
So this only charges with a level 2 charger. There is no level 3 option. If it had a level 3 option, that would be even better, because there are quite a few stations around here that are level 3. A lot of them are even free, and it would charge this thing up in minutes. But this doesn't have the actual ability to do it. But even 2 hours is not too bad at all. So would I recommend the Pacifica Hybrid? Absolutely, especially if you are looking for a minivan and an EV, because at this point right now, this is as close as you're going to get to an electric minivan. That's this Pacifica Hybrid. And not only is it electric and it's electrified, there are a lot of great features with this van. So do yourself a favor, make sure to put this on your list if you're in the market for a hybrid minivan. Thanks for watching. Make sure like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next Everyday Reviews.
Ciao.
Ciao.